Hey Clashers, this Electro Dragon strategy is demolishing bases left and right at the moment. Even pro bases from like Temper, Gaku or Arium cannot defend this in Legend. And just to make this even more impressive, all of those 3 stars are without using the Royal Champion. Let's get into this and learn from the master. Let's start with the attack versus Gaku. We're going to try to cover today as many different bases as possible because I know that a lot of people are asking for how do you approach ring bases, how do you approach box bases and everything. I'm going to try to cover as many different possible different bases. We're starting things off with the base of Gaku, which is this diamond base. So what he does typically is send a couple of Electro Dragons in for a main target. This main target can be different things. A lot of times it is the Town Hall or the Eagle. But overall, an important thing is just to take down a key defense or a key objective. What does this mean? It means funneling, pathing, all of those things is really crucial when sending in your first couple of Electro Dragons. And just take a look at that. That were 2 Electro Dragons with the freeze. He took down 2 X-Bows, the Town Hall, a Poison Tower, an Air Sweeper. This is just an insane start already. The next thing what he does is he is going to send in those Electro Dragons from the top side because the bottom side is covered from this sweeper. Top side now, his E-Dragons should be super safe to go. And with all of that being said, those E-Dragons now can go into the core and take down the entire damage. The next thing you have to take a look at is the timing. This Ground Expo was about to go versus that Flinger, but with the timing of his king, he's able to tank that Expo to give even more power to the siege machine, while all of those dragons are just getting into the base, dealing all of the damage needed. At this point, it is up to the heroes, with an exception, and that is the super minions. He likes to bring super minions because there's a couple of cool tricks you can do, and especially those Electro Dragon dives are becoming way more easy with them. That being said, let's just see now how he is going to deal with the remaining couple of defense, because at this point, I think everyone already knows, okay, that's going to be a 3-star. But everyone would as well play her like their Royal Champ, right? Like the Royal Champ at this point would just go down, go at the Single Inferno Tower and just finish off the base. But Nikita likes to, how should I say, likes to maximize the swag in Legends, okay? So what he tries to do is trying to always use as little as possible of his troops and heroes and spells. This is always the biggest objective, I feel like. And what he does is swagging the Royal Champ completely and swagging 2 spells in addition to that. And this is versus one of the best base builders in the world. I mean, this is just crazy. But I have told you a lot of pro bases were going down versus this strategy. Let's keep moving forward. Next defender is Arium with an anti-3-star base, which is not as common, but sometimes people like to run them in Legends. So on this one, because we have the invisibility spell next to the Town Hall, he's deciding, okay, that Town Hall is a little bit too risky. I would like to go for the Eagle. As I said, with those Electro Dragon dives in the beginning, he's always trying to target specific buildings or a specific objective as funneling, pathing and so on to make sure that he can take something out of the base already. To make sure that the E-Dragons then are having a way easier job and he can use the siege machine as he would like to do. What he does right now is he's just going to go at this Eagle Artillery, going to completely take it out, and now his E-Dragons are going further into the base. At this point he notices, well, I can get way more out of this. So what he does now, something which he's typically not doing that often, he's just going to freeze the Queen, keep raging those Electro Dragons up, and taking down even another sweeper on this one. At this point, something which is as well notable is he is pretty much always going in with that Flame Flinger. This is one of the key siege machines, and you can see as well, he's not taking too many buildings out. It is just about pathing and funneling and everything, and this is always the key objective which he's going to go for with those different moving pieces. Right now what he does is he's just going to overpower the Town Hall because it's an invisibility tower, which is overall not the best versus Electro Dragons. You can trigger them quite early, especially if you're delaying the rages, as he just did over here, because this means the invisibility tower can just run out and is not really useful at all. The next thing now, he's just going to send his heroes in from the right side and try to finish off this base. Again, at this point, you can already say it's a 3-star. But again, it is all about how he's going to accomplish this 3-star. Because every normal player at this point would probably play the Royal Champion. Why not? I mean, it's kind of obvious. Just play the Royal Champ from the bottom left side and you're going to have the most free 3-star ever. But again, he wouldn't be Nikita if he is not trying to swag something, okay? And what is he going to do? That's right, trying to snipe the back end defenses with using the super minions. As well, notice the angle of where he's sending the super minion in. He could have sent from the top side as well. But at this bottom side, there were already a ton of Electro Dragons, which means Black Mines by now are triggered and are gone. That's another thing to take in consideration. The super minion, though, is not strong enough to take down the scatter, but he has a secret weapon, and that is called another hero ability, just to make sure that this time around he is going to swag the Royal Champ and 3 spells. If you think that's already impressive, take a look at this. So many of you were asking iTzu, how is he approaching ring bases? Because you can't really go for a specific key defense. You can't go for this monolith because there's 2 sweepers. So what should you go for with this approach which he is playing? How should you approach this base? Like, there's nothing you can snipe. Well, there is apparently an easy answer. So, as I said earlier, there's as well a couple of different things you can go for. It doesn't always need to be the Town Hall or the Eagle Artillery, which you're going to go for. It can be pathing as well. What does pathing mean? On this one, on this example, it means that he tries to completely clear out the entire defense and building side on the top right to make sure that the main push of the E-Dragons, he can play directly onto the core. What does this mean again? It means that the E-Dragons cannot get distracted and fly to the right, to the left, to wherever you do not want them to go. Instead, he really wants to make sure that this attack is as controlled as possible. And this is exactly what we can see again. He is just sacrificing the entire siege machine just to get the pathing set up. Like on this one, he took down an air defense and a mortar. That's not the greatest value, I would argue, but he is still fine with that. At this point now, he's already damaging a couple of buildings, taking down other buildings, and now at this point, his E-Dragons have no other choice than just going into that base. He can now rage everything up, make sure those E-Dragons are getting those lightning chains in, and with that, this core is just gone. Heroes are already started at the bottom side. Always take a look at that. He's always bringing that yak with his king, which is working as a wall break, forcing the king versus specific walls. You can see the back end rages. Look at those lightning value. Like, this lightning value, it's just different, okay? At this point now, you get slowly but surely the idea already what he's going to do to this base. That's right, he has not used the Royal Champion just yet. He has not used 2 rages yet, and he has not used overall 3 freezes just yet. And he still has the Queen ability. This is just incredible. I mean, those attacks are just hitting different. And now, maybe it's a strange opinion. I would fully understand if some people would disagree, but in my opinion right now, what I would say is that this specific type of Electro Dragons could be similar difficult in a different way as Lalo. I know a lot of people will just say E-Dragons are just spam. I mean, how is Lalo even similar difficult to this? And I think it is really, really calculated. And you can see how crazily he's overpowering bases. And I have not seen that type of dominance from any Lalo attack. With like being able to swag a Royal Champion and 7 spell slots. This is insane. But hey, let's just keep going, okay? We have another pro. We have on this one Temper from Chessmech Gaming. This one, again, is another diamond base. Don't worry, I'm going to have another attack for you in just a second with a box base. So we have those 4 big different style of bases, which is anti 3, box base then, diamond base, and ring base. So we have all 4 of them covered in this video. Now this one again, he is always going, as I said, for the eagle or for the town hall. On this one he says, okay, the town hall looks pretty solid, there's not too much defense, and the defenses which could be a threat are really close together, so I can freeze them. So what he does right now is he's raging them up, making sure that he gets the value, and take a look at those freezes. Take a look at this value which he gets, because those bounces right now are going to take down the town hall, are going to take down the monolith, and are going to take down that clan castle. That clan castle never had even a chance of leaving that building. It was just wasted. It was just a completely useless building. Yet again, he's playing on the left side, the flame thing on the right side. We can see a super minion funneling. Now the remaining E-Dragons and from the top right side. If you now might wonder why from the top right side, you can see already, if you're attacking that eagle, you get some great chain lightning value onto this back-end air defense, which you will witness in just a second. You can see it raged up, and the air defense is gone. So always take a look at how the lightning is set up, like how the lightning value is set up. This is such an important thing for those electric dragon attacks. On this one, he's just going to clear out the entire core again with those E-Dragons. And we have now on the back end, we have the freeze hitting, the defending queen, the defending scatter shots, a really nice spell placement in addition to that. And now he has king ability, he has queen ability, a couple of E-Dragons on that right side, and again that phoenix with that warden together. Why do people use the phoenix together with the warden and not the owl? The main reason is, if you rage up your electric dragons, a lot of times you're going to rage up your warden and you're going to rage up your owl as well. Those 2 troops, the owl and the warden together, in a raged up fashion, they're dealing just so much damage that, especially in the core, a lot of times the buildings are going down before your electric dragons can attack. And this means all of the chain value is just gone. So instead you would like to pick a pet which is not dealing this bonus damage and is giving you some more power on the back end. And well, that's exactly what the Phoenix can provide, and really make sure that you get this 3-star on this one. He's only swagging the Royal Champ, a phrase, and the Queen ability. I know, not the best attack, but we're just moving forward. Okay, but jokes aside, those attacks are just incredible, and he's doing them like on a daily notice. Like if you think now, okay, this is like the best of his attacks over like an entire month or something. No, he's really doing them on a daily basis, and it's pretty crazy how good and how consistent it is with this approach. But now another really cool trick, which you can see on this one. So what he does on this one is looking a bit strange in the first place. He does use the electric dragons just for the value, because the town hall is, yes, exposed, but not the greatest to send your E-Dragons in, because there's not the chain value you're looking for. The eagle is really far inside, so no option either. So instead, he's just going for this over here. He's getting the sweeper, and what he does as well, he is going to make sure that the base is not as big anymore, because what his objective is right now is to take down the town hall. How is he doing that? If you rage up 2 super minions, they are going to win that 1 versus 1 versus the town hall, as you can see right here. The next important thing is we have 2 poison towers in the middle and the sweeper, which is pointing towards the eagle. Why is that important? If he's going to send those E-Dragons now into this part of the base, those poison towers are going to activate on the pretty much same electro dragon, and poison towers do not stack, which means there's one of the poison towers is kind of wasted. An entire spell tower is somewhat wasted. The sweeper is not pointing into the correct direction, and now you can see why he did this funneling on the bottom right side. Just to make sure that those E-Dragons are staying in the core, because the top side is funneled by his heroes. So you really have to think ahead. It's like, it is planning really nicely, and you can see now beautifully what would happen if there would be an owl on that warden. Those buildings would drop quite quickly, and he would not get those chains in, which are just so crucial versus those defenses if you're attacking with the electric dragon. So really nicely done yet again, but the question now is, can he swag the Royal Champion on every single attack in this video? I mean, I guess most of you already know the answer, but still, let's pretend we are still, I mean, we still don't know the result just yet, but you can see already how powerful this attack is on the back end with the Phoenix. And always remember, if those attacks could have ended being close at any point, you can still use the Royal Champ. You can still use all of those different spells he has still left, and this is another thing as well. I mean, for obvious reasons, you won't have those overkills in first place when trying out the strategy on your own. So, something to note is try to delay freezes for the back end, because this is something really, really strong you can do if you freeze for your heroes. Royal Gem and everything, try to use them in the beginning. But if you want to try this strategy as well, feel free to use the link down below in the description. I have the strategy link down there for you. And again, huge thank you to Nikita for sharing those attacks with me, with all of us. And I mean, let me know if you would like to see more of those attacks in the future. But it just excites me every single time to watch those attacks. Either way, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. And I will see you guys back tomorrow for the next one. Until then, see ya and bye-bye.